This is a Leapmotor C10. It's a rear-wheel drive Chinese SUV. It's under 60 grand, and in this video, I'm going to tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and frankly, just some things that really piss me off about it. So this week I've been daily driving the C10, and on paper, this thing promises a lot. It's 56 grand, this one, because it's got the Terra Grey. It's about $990 option. It promises a lot on paper, and I mean, frankly, I think this is probably one of, if not the best looking SUVs, electric SUVs rather, on the market. And feel free to tell me I'm wrong in the comments, but I actually think it looks really good. But there's always a catch with these things, and this one is no different. So what's the catch, you might ask? Well, let me show you. Now, the first thing is that you don't get Android Auto or Apple CarPlay in this. You get Leap's own infotainment software, which by itself is all right, but there's just little things about it, like the navigation. The navigation isn't really great. It got me lost in the city the other day. It has this 3D view, which it's not gonna do now, but you know, it was just hiding little streets and it was telling me to turn where I couldn't turn, things like that. It wasn't just generally that great. Personally, I would love to have Apple CarPlay on this or Android Auto because I'm a Samsung person. Now, the second thing for me, and this might just be for me, if you're a tech head, you might love this, but there's no physical buttons anywhere apart from the windows, which means that everything is a tap or a couple of taps away in the screen, and it's just a little bit distracting when you're driving. I just wish you could turn a dial or press something for, you know, the radio or the air conditioning. The other day I had a tire pressure monitor warning come up while I was driving. I was trying to figure it out. So where do you go? You go in here, no, it's not in there. Oh, vehicle, nothing here about it, nothing there. Eventually found it up here, but on the go, you can't see that. So end up funneling through all of these, trying to find it, couldn't find it. Eventually gave up and found it when I got home. Now, the third thing, and this is probably the biggest downfall of this car for me, is the charging. So you get maximum 84 kilowatt hours. Now that's worse than the Deepal SO7 that I had, and you can watch the video up there somewhere. You've got competitors of pushing 200, 350 kilowatt hours. So 84 kilowatt hours in a brand new, especially from China, like they should be all over this stuff. They should be pushing the limits, the boundaries of this. That's a real drawback for me, and probably a bit early to say a deal breaker, I'm not sure. Now, the other side of that too is there's only 360 Ks of range. I mean, again, like this is a brand new EV from China. They should be pushing boundaries on this stuff. I want to say, I'm making this up in my head, but 80% of competitors are pushing well and truly into the 400 and 500 kilometer range. It just doesn't really stack up when you look at it from this perspective. Now, while this thing's charging, let's talk about some of the good things about this, because there are a lot. For starters, your passengers in the back are going to thank you for picking this. Look how much room there is here. Like, this is in my driving position. I'm 6 foot. There's acres of space. Yeah, the floor's a little high because the battery's, you know, down below, but you can stretch out that much that doesn't really matter. There are some downsides though. There are some trade-offs. Your cup holders are up here, which aren't good for kids. Are they going to be able to reach that? I'm not sure. Only one USB-C, one USB, but if you're taking adults around, and for the most part kids, teenagers, 5 to 6, something like that, I don't even know, but it's going to be a really good spot to sit. Now, this one is both a pro and a con, because just imagine I've walked from here with my shopping, my hands are full, it won't open because there is no key. It's this key card, so you have to carry your shopping all the way around, tap that on the mirror all the way back, and then press that. But when it's open, it is a large accessible space, 580 odd litres, so it's really good, really practical. Not class leading, but it's more than, say, a CX-5, a petrol comparison. All right, so we've given it a bit of a top up. We've got some charge, some juice in there. Let's talk a little bit about what I like and don't like about driving this thing. For starters, wind noise. There's a fair bit. There's some from here, there's a bit from here, and honestly there's more kind of whistles and whooshing in here than a cheap 10 in a Hurricane. It shouldn't be like this. An EV should be quiet. This one, not so much. And I actually don't know what else, because there's always something bonging or ringing. Funnily enough, it's not doing it now, but when you're on kind of back roads or just going through the suburbs, it just goes off constantly, and it is really, really annoying. This is the longest I've driven it without it going off, so of course that happens, but just constantly. It's similar to the decal, really, and that was really, really annoying. Before we get on to the next few bits, if you're liking this video, please give it a like, subscribe, it all helps. Yeah, thanks, and we'll get into it. And you might be wondering why I'm not talking about the actual ride and like the power and the handling and everything like that. And it's because it's fit for purpose. It's not bad. It's not fantastic, but it's perfectly good, and it's underpowered, yes, but it's enough power to get your family from A to B. So I'm not going to go into that, because for what the average person needs, this does the job, and it does it well, and there's no point just nitpicking on it. So in true EV Tesla fashion, your gear selector is on the stalk here, and that also doubles as your lane keep and your cruise control. So let me just shut up. Let me get this activated. It's searching, it's trying to. Will it do it? Will it do it? No, doesn't want to. There we go. The lane keep is really good, and it's something that this car does really well. It's basically autonomous driving. I have a lot of confidence in this. I have used it a fair bit, and it keeps it centered really well. Some cars I've driven, it kind of bounces it between the lanes, but not this. It's basically autonomous driving. It's picked up the car there, the car up there. There's a car coming up beside me. I'm sure that'll pick it up. Oh, there we go. Yep, I'll grab it. And we're back on. And I mean, just look at it as well. This is absolutely one of the best looking electric SUVs on the market today. I don't even care what you reckon. Nah, dude, tell me in the comments if I'm right or wrong, but you can tell that they spent a fair bit of time styling this, because this is a very attractive car, and I really like it's a bit different, because think of Hyundai, they're going really square. This is really rounded, and I think it looks really good. It's kind of, the silhouette is somewhat like Mercedes GLB. It's really nice. And then there's the price, because this one is $55,878, and that is with this Terra Grey paint. So that's a $990 option. So it's a competitive price for a decent size electric SUV. So what do you think? Is this a budget-friendly winner that people are gonna flock to? Or is there just too many flaws for you to wanna consider one of these? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, give it a like. Videos are coming every single week. I'll see you in the next one.